5 Outdoors is sponsored by Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
For the people who live here, these bees have become a bit of a nuisance. They've moved into a rock column right beside the front porch.
The homeowner called us. He's actually rented this property out to a tenant, and it was bothering them. It was right at their front porch, so bees flying in and out of your front porch is not ideal a lot of the times.
They need to go. Caleb Hutcherson agrees. He just doesn't think they need to die.
Yeah, so bee removal is really important. It prevents the bees from getting sprayed.
So Caleb, his fellow beekeeper Dusty, they go to work, opening up walls, moving the comb out, and the bees, they're collected alive.
So we have the right equipment to extract these honeybees out of this wall without killing any of them. Makes the transfer more seamless for me as well as the bees.
Caleb doesn't see these as pests, rather pollinators that are worth protecting.
Bees need to be protected. It's not against the law to kill them, but doing your part in protecting the ecosystems around you, it's very important. They help pollinate our farms that bring food to our tables.
And once they're out of the wall, the work, well, it's far from over. This is really where the bees get a second chance. Caleb and his family call it Beetopia.
We love this yard. This is like our home yard in Farmington. My son named it Beetopia. So.
About 30 colonies fill this farm. Here, Caleb does more than just give them a box to live. He feeds them, checks on them, nurtures them, helps them grow into an even larger colony. And eventually, after all that care, well, something sweet happens. But it takes time.
To create local honey, it's hard work. It really is.
Caleb manages hives all across the area, keeping each colony healthy and productive. And when there's enough honey to spare, it's harvested straight from the hive.
We extract our honey straight from the hive. There's no additive.
And it leaves Beetopia, from hive to jar, now to the farmer's market.
You want a raw? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But Caleb isn't just here to sell honey. He's answering questions, talking bees, and showing customers just how much work goes into every jar.
The more you educate people, the more they educate people, and it's better for the whole system.
Some, of course, here just for the honey. Others leave with a little extra, knowing more about the bees that made it. It's the final stop in a journey that started with a phone call about some unwanted house guests.
If we can do our part and save these bees, then we'll be rewarded. So ultimately, selling our honey and providing local honey to the area is a huge payoff.
A nuisance at someone's front door, now something worth taking home.
I don't know. I have a burning passion in my heart for bees, and I think I'll do the beekeeping thing for the rest of my life, or for the foreseeable future.
From Nuisance to Nectar. Yeah, I'm being swarmed by bees. Never thought I would do this. Oh, but they're nice, they're friendly. It's no big deal.
They're probably trying to figure out where the queen is at and why they can't smell her. If we sprayed that stuff in there,
Yeah.
they can't smell her anymore. We're trying to figure out where she's at and what's going on with the colony. She'll get sucked up in the bucket when we're in the water.
So we have the right equipment to extract these honeybees out of this wall without killing any of them. Makes the transfer more seamless for me as well as the bees. We're able to use these specialized bee bags that have controls on them. We can control the suction on them, so it's not causing harm to the bees.
Working on a story about bee removal and the process to take nuisance bees like this to a farm, turning it into honey that inevitably ends up at local farmers markets. There's a lot of these fellas, but you know what? They're being kind of nice.
So we're here in Siloam Springs. We're doing a live bee removal out of a rock column. The homeowner called us. He's actually rented this property out to a tenant, and it was bothering them. It was right at their front porch. Oh, there's a good brood. She's laying up in this. Yeah, so we're able to take these bees, relocate them. We did find a lot of mites in their brood comb. We cracked it open, found 12 on a small sheet of comb. So we're going to take them back and we're going to treat them for mites as well.
So when you are relocating these bees, you're turning them into honey. Nothing's going to waste.
Right, so we reuse everything in the colony. We don't let anything go to waste. So we'll take the bees, relocate them, give them a nice new box to live in throughout the rest of their lives, and then make us honey in the spring. Here lately, this last couple of weeks, we've really been able to go suitless. It's been pretty hot.
Yeah.
And wearing a bee suit in 90 degree, 95 degree weather, it's pretty harsh. But we know their tendencies. They can, be really mean sometimes, and then they can be really sweet. And we just basically, bee removal is really important. It prevents the bees from getting sprayed from someone that's not educated. We get a lot of calls saying that, these are wasps or these are bumblebees. People are just misinformed. So they give us a call and we run out and check on them, see what the situation is, and then we're able to help the homeowner remove a nuisance from their home.
That I was hearing. So we're just gonna go slow and look for the queen. Is there any more comb?
Yep, there's more bees.
Right, so we have a lot of beekeepers in Northwest Arkansas, and a lot of people are doing their part in this area. So we don't really see a shortage of pollinators in this area, but we definitely want to save as many as we can. They face everyday challenges that they wouldn't be able to survive if it wasn't for beekeepers. So.
In the brood?
So I got into beekeeping 7.5 years ago, and then we started a hobby farm out in Prairie Grove. I fell in love with farming. As I was getting my degree and selling real estate, I was working on the farm also. Got talked into beekeeping by my mom. She was scared once the bees arrived. So she's like, hey, I'm putting this on you. And I was like, perfect. I saw an opportunity to make some side money on the weekends. I was already going up to the farmer's market selling produce there. So I was like, why don't I just, find a way that I can make, 100% profit. So extracted the honey, got a nice honey crop. The town of Prairie Grove supported me greatly. I basically sold out all of our honey, and then I needed to find a way to get more bees.
So she lays her eggs in those cells, and then they start feeding it, and it gets bigger into a larvae, and then once it gets, enough food, they'll cap it over. And in about 21 days, a bee will hatch.
All them ones that were down in the pillar are coming up and they're on the ceiling up there.
Okay.
So I'm just giving them a chance to get up there and kind of cluster up, and then we'll suck them out.
A good little swarm in here, we'll put them in a 5-frame nuke and feed them. And this colony will do great in the next few weeks. So right now is a perfect time to get this small colony built up enough to where there's 10,000 bees in the hive, and then they can turn that into 20, 30, 40, maybe even 60 by the end of the year. Here at Beetopia, so we love this yard. This is like basically our home yard in Farmington. My son named it Beetopia. So. But right now what we're doing is we have grown 5-frame nukes into what will be double deeps before winter. So we're just keeping an eye on them. We've treated them for mites. We've got mite strips in here. because we need to monitor our mites and make sure that our bees stay healthy from viruses and such. Here's the hive beetle right here running around. That's one of the big summer pests that we have to manage as well. So, but just seeing one across when he opens that up and we only see one, that's good. This is a frame feeder, so we'll give them a gallon of food. They've probably already, we fed them a couple days ago.
You want the honey on the table?
They've drawn this beautiful wax out, and that's completely fine. Because we're not going to harvest this. This is sugar syrup. This is just to stimulate them during the summer when there's no blooming flowers. My favorite part about beekeeping is watching a colony grow. That's one of my favorite things out of this. Making honey is awesome. Making nukes, splits, those are fun, but watching the colony grow is probably by far my favorite attribute.
And it's probably not super easy. I mean, that's a long process, a lot of challenges, just like any other farming.
It is farming, yeah. We're out here every day taking care of bees, and we wouldn't change it though. We love these, these insects and want to take care of them. Want to help the local agriculture in our area and help pollinate, crops as well. So we have this beautiful farm here. The landowner is so gracious to us and lets us house our bees here and our equipment and just whatever we need. If we need to use a tractor, we've got it. So we're very grateful for all of our landowners. So this is winter prep in August.
Okay, that's when you would expect to be rendering more honey at that point.
Well, so we want to get these ready for winter, but we can also get them ready if we have a good fall flow. In the month of September, we could have a goldenrod flow anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. So we're going to get these colonies ready for that fall flow. We might not even take any honey off of them at all. So we'll at least get them ready for the fall flow. And they're doing great. I mean, as you can tell, they're drawing out comb. They're going to give the queen more room to lay and store their nectar. So that's what we're doing. Room, brood, and food. So we have room for the queen to lay. We have brood. So that's going to be hatching bees. And then we have food, which they do. They have good food, and they have good broom, and they have good brood. Well, right now, I'd say in this hive, there's probably anywhere from 600 to 1,000 bees that die every day in it. But she's laying, 1,500 to 2,000 eggs a day. So we need to really just make sure that she has room to lay her eggs, because we got to keep producing bees.
People appreciate the honey on the table more when they've known what all goes into it.
Through selling bees and selling honey the last 8 years, I have noticed that the more you educate people, the more they educate people, and it's better for the whole system. But to create local honey, it's hard work. It really is. Right now we're trying to keep up with our cutouts. We're trying to keep up with our nukes that are growing into double deeps, getting them ready for winter. And then we have our honey production hives that are spread out in yards every 3.5 miles in Farmington and Prairie Grove. So we're trying to keep track of all of our hives right now and make sure that they have plenty of room for the queen to lay, that they're also queen right, because if they're not, then we'll introduce a mated queen to them. So there's so many avenues, so many parts, so many moving parts that we're trying to keep up with this time of year. And it's also really hot out. So we're in these suits, we're sweating every time we get in the truck. We've Probably got to switch out our shirts, switch out our gloves because they're just pouring with sweat. But yeah, it takes a lot to make local honey and provide the real stuff to people. But we love it. We're going to keep doing it and, you know, keep growing every year.